Hi Ken, it's Andrew Smith from Royal LePage Kelowna. Just sharing my screen here. If you're watching this on a telephone, it's probably not going to be all that great. If you're watching it on a computer, it's likely going to be better. Let me maximize the screen here. So I pulled up. I got your name and number from Courtney Deshays, who's wonderful. But looking at 801 1232 Ellis, so you're in Ellis Park. I can just about see it from my window. Can't quite, but so I'm just showing an assessed value of $809,000, and it looks like you paid $624,000 in 2020. Yeah, I'm sure we're talking about the same place. Anyway, it's kind of interesting what's, let me close that one out. There was just a comparable sale in here that sold, 901 just sold in this market. So let me punch it in. 1, 2, 3, 2. Well, let me get rid of sold and I'll look at the history of what they did. So this is what these guys one floor above you went through. It eventually sold for $750,000 in May of this year, May of 2024. So this market, it sold in the mid sevens, asking 812, reduced to 804. Sold for $750. Doesn't tell the whole story though. The originally they had it listed back in 2022 for $899. Then it expired. Then it canceled and they put it on at $889 and then $859 before listing it this last time at $812,000 October of 2023. So they marketed it over the winter time and got a buyer in the spring. So good for them. They're out. They didn't get hurt too badly, really. They're assessed at 819, so kind of similar to yours. It's a floor up. I haven't looked into that. Maybe they have an extra parking spot, maybe they don't. I'm not sure about those details at this point, but they paid $670 for it, plus GST, obviously, plus tax. So they got out of it. Okay. There's a lot of people in your situation. Now, if you just look in your particular building, let's see what's for sale. Ellis. Do 4. So it's not so bad. There's only four units for sale in there. Something on the 9th floor is asking $699.9. Another one on the 9th floor asking $759, and then a couple of one bedroom places. So the problem is when you look at Kelowna North, the condo market I'm sure you're a little bit familiar with Kelowna because you own property here, but there are hundreds of units for sale. K comes before L. So 297 overall, 237 apartments and townhouses. Let's take townhouses out of there. The number's still going to be big. 215 units for sale, apartments for sale in and around you. That's just in this little block of the city. Now, overall, it's not that bad, really, as far as condos go. There's a total of 800 active apartment condos, and we had 17 condo sales last week. We had 25 the week before. So let's bump it up, and let's say we're averaging 100 apartment condo sales a month. there's 8 months of supply, and there's a lot of people who are sitting in situations similar to yours where they see the draconian laws that the provincial government has passed, where you have to give tenants 4 months notice now before ending a tenancy. If you break a law and evict a tenant and then put a new tenant in, even if your personal circumstances changed, you're liable for 12 months rent. So if you're renting it, if you're renting it for $3,000 or less, let's say $2,500, it's $30,000 you have to write a check for it to a tenant. So a lot of people from outside of British Columbia are just saying, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And then if you get a mortgage renewal, it'll say that the interest rates have gone up, so you might have an extra $800 a month to account for, and now you're not allowed to do Airbnbs. So people in situations like, I'm not sure if that's your situation or not, but people similar to what you're dealing with have to make the least bad decision. Do you compete with the guy who just sold it for $750,000, or do you put a long-term tenant in? And that's really the only two choices. Your place is probably worth $750, $740, even though it feels like it's worth $825, $850, and it was worth that at one point, but it just isn't now. Anyhow, give me a call when you get after you've had a chance to see this. Excuse me, Andrew Smith, Royal LePage Kelowna. Hope to talk to you later. Thanks for watching.